Yumstastic na hapon, our Yumstastic Tuesdays mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Welcome sa inyong DepEd Ituloy online tutorial program.
Ito ay handog sa inyo ng Department of Education sa pangunguna ng Educational Technology Unit.
That's correct, Tutor Amor. Kaya naman hayaan nyo kami, our Yumstastic Tuties, na samahan kayo sa isa na namang makabuluhang pag-aaral sa hapong ito.
Kaya naman, dear Tuties, humanda at sumamang saliksikin ang hiwaga ng agham, humanidades at agham panlipunan. Ayan, pabakal-bakal pa,
Yes,
Tutor A,
naman.
kasi it's been 2 weeks na hindi pa tayo nagkita. Ayan, kumusta, Tutor A?
Correct, Tutor Amor. I'm doing great. I am safe and sound and I hope ganun ka din, Tutor Amor, lalo tigit sa lahat sa mga magulang, sa mga guro at sa mga kapwa natin at sa kanilang mga estudyante na kasama natin ngayon. And of course, binabati din natin ang director na ating kasama ngayon, si Ma'am Joyce Salazar. Maraming pong salamat, Direct, sa pagsama sa amin sa hapong ito. And I believe, Tutor Amor, we are all excited for this afternoon. Tama ba yun?
Yes, Tutor A. Yes, Tutor A. I'm so much excited. At bago natin ituloy ang ating discussion, binabati natin ang ating mga mahal na principal at assistant principal sa ating mga schools. Sa amin po, sa Bartolome Sanggalang National High School, hello po sa aming napaka-sigasig na Principal Evelyn S. Reyes, Principal 4, at ang aming Assistant School Principal na si Ma'am Perla Romano, Assistant Principal 2. Yan.
At ganun din naman sa aming School Principal 4, Sir Pablito Manyalong, and Assistant School Principal 2, Ma'am Rizalyn B. Corpus mula sa Aliaga National High School, at sa lahat ng mga guro at mag-aaral na kasama nating nanonood mula sa SDO Nueva Ecija, at sa lahat nga ng mga tuties natin mula Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Tutor Amor, I know na ngayon ay marami tayong mga bagay na pag-uusapan, but then nitong mga nakaraang linggo, biruin mo, ang dami na nating mga lesson na na-discuss dito sa community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship. At andito na nga tayo sa week 4, quarter 3. Imagine, we are already half through of the quarter. Ang bilis ng panahon.
Correct, Tutor A. Natapos na natin ang week 1 to 3 at nandito na tayo sa week 4 ng ating module ng subject nating Community Engagement, Solidarity, and Citizenship. Ano ba yan, Tutor A? So, are we going to start now?
Yes, Tutor Amor, wag na nating patagalin for this afternoon. Our Yumstastic Tuties, we will be talking about typologies in the community. But then, of course, Tutor Amor, wag nilang kakalimutan na samahan tayo tuwing araw ng Webes. Anong oras po tayo mapapanood?
Ayan, thank you, Tutor A. Tuwing araw ng Webes, every 4 to 4:40 p.m. And of course, kasama ko dyan ang aking nag-iisang partner na si Tutor A from SDO Nueva Ecija also. Ayan, napaka-excited kung makasama si Ma'am Shing ngayon. Ayan, for today, para i-continue natin ang ating, bago tayo mag-proceed sa topic, let us do first a recap of the previous session na last week nga ay si Tutor A ang inyong nakasama. Tama ba, Tutor A?
That's true.
Ay!
Ayan. Pero
Tutor A, napakaganda naman pala na nakasama mo last week.
Correct. Ayan. So, Tutor Amor, bago tayo mag-review.
Aba, congratulations sa Tutor of the Week.
That's true. I-congratulate muna natin ang ating Tutor of the Week na nakaraang paggagawa natin ng ating episode ay talaga namang sumubaybay sa bawat parte ng ating pinag-usapan last week. And of course, we would like to congratulate our Tutor of the Week, none other than Chelsea May M. Bigiras mula sa Aurora Senior High School, SDO Nueva Ecija. Isang grade 11 student mula sa ABM, and I already interviewed her. Sabi ko ganun nanonood kahit na ikaw ay isang ABM na nanonood ka dito sa Yung's program. Ang sabi niya, marami daw siyang natututunan at gusto pa niyang mas lumawak ang kanyang kaalaman dahil naniniwala siya na wala naman talagang sayang sa pagkatuto. At dahil dyan, congratulations Chelsea, at inaasahan namin na sa bawat episode dito sa ating DepEd Itulay Yung's program ay makasama ka pa namin. Congratulations!
Yan. Congratulations again, Miss Chelsea May. Okay, so tara na, Tutor A, sa ating review ng mga session natin last week na talaga namang napakahusay mong ipinaintindi at ipinarating sa ating mga learners or sa ating mga tutees. So let's start!
Alright, so basahin muna natin ang
direction. Basahin ko muna ang direction para malito ang ating mga tutees. The direction says, carefully read the following statements, comment the smiley if the statement is correct, and the sad face if not. Ayan. So let's proceed, Tutor A.
Let's begin with item number 1. And I know that you are already tutees. The first item, symbols and languages are the shared words, gestures, objects, or signals which people in community use to convey and develop recognizable meanings. What do you think is the correct answer? Is it smiley or sad face? If you know the answer, please comment down below your answer. Come on, tutees! Ayan.
Come on, tutees!
So, habang naantay natin, Tutor Amor, ang mga sumasagot.
Kaya niyan. Kasi nakadali ng
ang mga pagbati na makikita natin dito sa ating mga naka-online na mga tutees and for sure teachers, no? Andiyan si Tutor Melchor Jamsay. Hello po, Tutor A and Tutor Amor. Magandang araw po. Watching here at Aliaga National High School.
Forever follower natin.
Tutor Melchor. At ganun din naman si Saijin de la Cruz Catalan, watching here at Bartolome Sanggalang National High School. Grade 12 student, 12 Rona May. Nako, estudyante mo to, Tutor Amor, no?
Correct, Tutor A. So sinabihan ko sila na kailangan magsubaybay sila or sumubaybay sila sa ating mga episodes kasi subject nila ito ngayon at napakarami nilang makukuha aside from the lectures na ginagawa natin or gagawin natin. Okay? So meron na kayang mga sumagot? I think si Tutor Melchor gusto niyang sumagot.
Yes, correct.
Asa na kaya si Tutor Melchor? Okay, so malamang na naghihintay pa lang din tayo na maka-enter yung ating mga tutees. Pero ang answer po sa ating question number 1 is, ano kaya sa tingin natin, Tutor A? Answer na natin?
Smiley.
It is smiley, of course.
So, correct si Tutor Melchor at saka si Saijin de la Cruz. Very good, Saijin and Tutor M.
Thank you.
Alright,
okay, so question number 2, item number 2, sorry. Artifacts are any objects or things that have a special meaning for people in the community. Tama kaya ito? Kung tama, i-comment lang ang smiley face. At kung hindi naman, i-comment lang ang inyong sad face. Ayan. So alam ko masasagot nila ito ng tama, Tutor A. Ano ba sabi ni Tutor Jamsay? Ang sabi ni Tutor Jamsay, tadan! It's smiley. Yes, artifacts are any objects or things that have a special meaning for the people in our community. So let's go in our item number 3, Tutor A.
Item number 3, rituals or abstract standard in a community that define the ideal principles of what is good, just, and desirable. It is correct or incorrect. If it's correct, put smiley face, and if it's not, put a sad face. Ayan. So, habang inaantay natin ang inyong mga sagot, of course, binabati natin sila Dania Marie Ramilo, si Giselle Aileen Mamaclay, andyan din si Maria Angela Gamboa Espino, and of course, ang ever-supportive na ating kasamang tutor, Tutor Edson. Hello, watching from Mawake. High School SDO Mabalacat City. Alright. Yes. Hello then, Dalisay Parcasio. So, Tutor Amor, what is the correct answer?
The correct is tadan. Oh,
It's
it's
sad face because it
yes.
refers to what we call values. So hindi ito rituals. Ito ay isang tinatawag natin
Value.
na values. Item number
Yes.
4, Tutor Amor.
Number 4, at in connection to the question number 3 somehow. Ayan. Now, item number 4 is that rituals refers to the established sacred or secular procedures and ceremonies that people in the community regularly perform. Okay? Ito kaya ay smiley or ito ay sad face kaya, Tutor A? Ano kaya yung sinasabi ng aking mga student dito? Si Miss Mamaklay, ang sabi niya, it's smiley. Tignan natin, Miss Mamaklay, kung mag-a-add ba ako ng iyong grade. Charos! Ang answer ay, yes, you're correct, Miss Giselle. The answer is smiley.
So that is the correct meaning of the word rituals.
Yes, so ito po yung meaning ng word na ritual. Okay? And item number 5, last but not the least, Tutor A.
Norms refer to specific cultural expectation on how to behave in a given situation. Is it incorrect or correct? Please comment down below the correct answer. Come on, Chutis. Nako, talaga namang napaka-active nila Maria Angela. Andyan din si Giselle Aileen. Si Tutor M talaga namang very supportive. At andyan din si Saijin. Si Tutor Edson. Ayan. Nako, sabi pa ni Tutor Edson, I love rituals. Meron siyang mga ritual. Kailan yung ritual niya? Na pang pagwapo, pang pakinis ng kanyang face. Talaga namang always fresh si Tutor Edson. Ngayon, ano kaya ang sagot sa item number 5? I-reveal na natin yan, Tutor Amor.
Okay, the answer is smiley. Ayan. So, sa lahat ng mga nag-participate, congratulations because you've learned a lot from the past or from the previous session discussed by Tutor A. So, to continue with our session, let's proceed into the objectives. Tutor A, at the end of this episode, the tutees should be able to first, identify the typologies in the communities. Second, compare and contrast typologies in communities. And third, recognize the different typologies in the community.
Alright. And of course, Tutor Amor, bago tayo mag-proceed sa ating lesson proper discussion, we would like to acknowledge our DepEd Bataan for allowing us to use our module this afternoon, Community Engagement, Solidarity, and Citizenship, Quarter 1, Module 4. Maraming pong salamat sa inyong walang sawang pagsuporta dito po sa ating DepEd Itulay.
Ayan. So, thank you so much.
Yes, Tuties, get ready as we talk about module number 4, typologies in the community. And we have been progressing on our lessons as we journey this subject for this quarter. And let's begin our discussion with the definition of the word community. Review na lamang ito, Tutor Amor, but then once again, let us re-establish the meaning of community.
Ayan, correct, Tutor A. So again, as said by our Tutor A, it's somehow review of those previous topics. Community, for the nth time, refers to either in terms of geographic boundary, shared common interest, or emotional and spiritual connection. And that was according to Abener and Alipao 2016. So again, when we say community, this is somehow, first, it can be a geographic boundary. Somehow, if you are living in a municipality, halimbawa municipality of Gimba, your community is in the municipality of Gimba. Or it can be community na define natin into because you are sharing common interests. Halimbawa, you are in community of Agham Panlipunan, ayan, community of science and technology people, ayan, and it can be defined as any people who have same emotional or have emotional and spiritual connection. Pwede nating sabihin na ang mga taong ito na nandito sa part ito ay community na belong sa Iglesia ni Cristo, community na belong sa Catholic, community na belong sa iba't ibang religion. And the rest. And somehow, the second definition also says that it comes in different types depending on the quality of human association, the scope of its geographical boundaries, functions of subdivisions, and avenues of social interaction. So parang ganun lang din yung pagka-explain or pag-i-explain doon sa definition na nauna kanina. Kasi nabanggit din dito yung scope of geographical boundaries, functions and subdivisions, and even the avenues of social interaction. Say, for example, you belong to same community if you are having the same religion, having the same things na ginagawa, and the rest. Okay, so I think that's the idea and the definition of the word community.
So with that, Tutor Amor, we are now going to talk about the ideal types of this what we call social organizations, which are elaborated by this whom we call a German sociologist namely Ferdinand Tönnies, in his influential work, The Gemeinschaft and the Gesellschaft, in 1887, as we have this reference to community and society. Now let us try to differentiate the two ideal types of social community. So let's begin with Gemeinschaft. It is also called as communal society. It refers to human associations that are characterized by being intimate, informal, caring, homogeneous, and group welfare oriented. So what do we mean by this ideal type of social community? So sa definition nito, we would like to highlight the words intimate, informal, caring, homogeneous, and group welfare oriented, meaning these are the people who are living together, who have close ties and close bonds with one another. That is why as we move to the next slide, Tutor Amor, we will see there the examples of this what we call communal society, which refers to the society of a family. So a family is bonded together by their blood, by their connection. Andyan din naman yung tinatawag natin na kinship or friendship. That is an example of Gemeinschaft. Okay, they are connected, they are bonded by their relationship with one another. At pwede rin nating i-example or i-consider yung isang soccer team, or pwede na naman ang isang band group. Tama ba ako? So when we see Gemeinschaft, they are sharing a close and tied bond, with one another.
Correct.
On the other hand, Tutor Amor, in yung Stastic Cuties, we have this what we call the Gesellschaft. It is also called as associational community. If Gemeinschaft is also called as communal society, Gesellschaft is also called as associational society. It pertains to human associations that characterized by being impersonal, formal, rational, heterogeneous, and individualistically oriented. So kung kay Gemeinschaft, you share close bond, close ties, wherein you could communicate and interact freely, informally, intimately. Kabaliktaran naman ito ni Gesellschaft or associational society, because there are limitations, there are boundaries, because you have to treat one another in accordance to a specific status that they own or they possess. So for example of those, we could say that an organizational group, ayan, pakita natin Tutor Amor, is an example of associational activity. Ayan, or society rather. Pwede rin naman na ang mga diverse countries, alright? So
Right.
wala tayong close ties, wala tayong close bonds sa kanila kasi we don't have what to call this intimate relationship with them.
Correct.
But then of course we interact with them, we connect with them as people of the world. So pwede rin
Yes.
naman ang mga clubs na ating sinasalihan. So those are the examples of Gesellschaft or the associational society. So with that, again, those are the two ideal types of what we call social community.
Okay, so to continue
And with that,
with
Dr. Amor,
yes, Tutor A. So with that, Tutor A, you explained very well the two ideal types of social organization. And let's proceed to the classification of communities. So we have here first, of course, we are acquainted with the different classification of communities. Noon pa man tayo ay nasa elementary, ng high school, but for the purpose of our discussion and reminding them again and again of the different classification of communities, eto nga at dinidiscuss natin siya, Tutor A. So, let's start with the first classification, which is the urban community. Ayan. So, urban community, these are cities of big towns wherein there is a large, highly dense, and heterogeneous population. So according to the definition, urban community is a city or somehow a place, a big town wherein it is large, malakihan or malaki, highly dense, which is maraming taong nakatira, maraming taong nakikipagsalamuha sa isa't isa, and those people are somehow heterogeneous in character. When I say heterogeneous, sila ay merong iba't ibang pinanggalingan, maaring iba't ibang lugar, meron silang mga iba't ibang paniniwala, may iba't ibang katayuan sa buhay, at yun nga ay yung definition sa second bullet. The class status of people is varied, ranging from very rich down to the very poor. So sa makatwid, ang tinatawag nating urban community or urban communities ay yung lugar na kung saan congested, maraming tao, iba't iba ang pinanggalingan ng mga taong ito, at hindi natin masasabing sila ay may iisang estado sa buhay sapagkat ang mga taong nakatira dito ay heterogeneous. Okay? Pwedeng sila ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya or pwedeng sila ay galing sa mayaman na angkan or mayaman na pamilya. And aside from that, sa city, dito yung pinakamaraming mga work na pwedeng pasukan ng isang tao. That is why congested dito, isa sa mga rason is that nagpupuntahan ang mga tao dito sa city or sa urban sapagkat dito nila nakikita na magiging progressive or magkakaroon sila ng hanap buhay or trabaho, sila dito ay mabubuhay o kaya ay magkakaroon ng pinakasilbi sa society, sa madalit sabi. And how about the second classification of community, Tutor A?
We have the rural communities. So these are territorial areas or villages where there is a small, low density and homogeneous population. The division of labor is based on agricultural or aquatic industries supported by farming and fishery infrastructure. So if you can see, it is the opposite of urban communities. If in urban communities there are lots of bigger buildings, noises coming from the different factories na makikita natin, it is crowded and there are lots of heterogeneous people. Sa rural communities naman, ito yung barangay na ating kinabibilangan, ang ating bayan, na kung saan madami ang kalupaan, na kung saan madami ang palayan, madami ang taniman ng kamote, ng mani, ng sitamas, at madami pang iba. If you can see, the people living in rural communities are considered as homogeneous population. Why?
Yes.
Because they are sharing the same culture, they are sharing the same traditions, the same practices that they have in their community, and the main source of their income are basically the agriculture, ayan, the aquatic industries, and yung farming, and then the fishery infrastructure. At madalas natin itong naririnig, lalo tigit sa lahat sa mga taga Maynila, no, na iba daw ang pagkasariwa ng hangin sa ating
Tama.
probinsya. Okay, malaki
Ayan.
ang pagkakaiba ng kalinisan ng hangin sa syudad kumpara sa isang rural na bayan o sa isang
Tama.
barangay o sa isang baryo. And with that,
Ayan.
nakikita natin the big difference between rural and urban communities. Tanungin natin, Tutor Amor, ang ating mga chutis. Sino dito ang mas gusto nilang tumira sa urban communities? Sino naman dito ang
Sino
gusto
kaya dito?
tumira sa rural communities? Ayan, tinan mo nga, Tutor Amor, ano, sabi ganun ni Tutor Melchor, diversify na po ang tao sa urban place. That's correct. Iba't ibang klase ng tao. At ang komunidad din po ay tumutukoy sa ating lipunan. Ako, si Tutor M, parang siya yung magiging natin, Tutor of the Week next week, ano?
Tama.
Oo.
Na, okay. How about doon sa ating rural community? Dagdag natin, ano, sa rural community natin, sa mga bari-bari natin, na kapag nga may ibang tao na dumadating doon, alam natin na hindi taga doon yun kasi lahat halos ay magkakakilala from purok 1 hanggang sa pinakahuling purok ng isang barangay. So, yes, so...
Kaya nga, Tutor Amor, sa totoong buhay, parang dyan ata madalas nagpupulong ang mga marites. Naku, nadulas yata ako. Biro lamang po.
Peace. Okay, so let's proceed in the third classification of community, Tutor A. So the third classification of community is the suburban community. Ayan. These are residential or mixed area located at the city, but outskirts or within the community distance of the city. So ito yung parang nasa gitna. Hindi siya wala siya sa city, wala siya sa urban, wala siya sa rural, pero siya ay nakagitna. Example nito ay yung mga nakatira sa mga housing subdivisions. Ayan. So most people work in the cities but others opt to work housing subdivision. Ayan. Sila yung mga nakatira sa mga villages na nag-work sila karaniwan sa city pero sila ay nakatira na malayo or medyo distance doon sa tinatawag nating urban. Ayan. Parang somehow susunod ito sa urban. Ayan. Suburban community. Ayan. So what's the next, Tutor A?
All right. So now let's proceed to the range of community. After talking about the different classifications, it's about time to talk about the range of community. And we have two, no, Tutor Amor? The first one is this what we call the local community. So it is geographically bounded communities such as village, barangay, city, town, municipality, province, region, and country. Or in simplest word or in simplest definition, we could say that we refer to a group of people living together in a shared environment. So when we say local community, our keyword keywords are people living in a shared environment. So any place na kung saan naninirahan ang mga tao sa kamukhang environment ay tinatawag natin na local community. So basically, naririnig natin itong ang panawagan na hanggang ngayon ay talaga namang dapat nating iakma sa ating pamumuhay na sinasabi nila, tangkilikin ang lokal, tangkilikin ang sariling atin. So, ang ibig sabihin ay suportahan natin ang sariling atin, mahalin at tanggapin at yakapin ang sariling atin. Dahil pag sinabi nating lokal, ibig sabihin ito ay tumutukoy sa ating mga kababayan, sa ating mga kakapwa Filipino. Kaya naman, naniniwala
Tama.
ako, lalo tigit sa lahat sa mga kabataan na nanonood ngayon at sa ating mga mag-aaral, let's give worth, let's value more the local community, let us value and let us give worth sa kung ano man ang meron dito sa atin dahil madaming mga bagay na dapat tayong ika-proud sa pagiging lokal, no? Naalala ko nga, Tutor
Tama.
Amor, wala namang wala naman tong kilalaman sa pagiging racist, pero nung
Yes.
bata kasi ako, nanonood ako ng mga Nature Garden, alam mo ba, pinapangarap ko na makapangasawa ako ng ng isang binata na mula sa global
Ibang lugar,
community na
ibang
mamaya
bansa.
pag-uusapan natin. Oo. But then, as growing up, na-realize ko na kung iba pala ang lokal, iba pa rin kapag ka ikaw ay napaibig ng binatang Filipino. Pero ganun pa
Tama.
man din in general perspective to all of our Yumstastic duties, tangkilikin, suportahan, at mahalin ang lokal. Ito ay ang sariling atin.
Yes, kasi dear cuties, laging tatandaan na walang ibang susuporta, walang ibang tatangkilik sa ating locality or sa ating mga sariling atin, kundi tayo na mga Filipino. Walang ibang tatangkilik sa mga gawa, sa mga meron tayo dito sa ating lugar, kundi tayo na nandito sa lugar na ito. Tawas. And of course, the second range of community is the global community. So, kaya nang nagde-depict sa ating graphics, sa ating picture na naka-attach, global community characterize the interconnectivity of people or countries all over the world. So, somehow, in global community ngayon, sa panahon natin ngayon na ipapakita natin ang interconnectivity natin or ang connection natin sa isa't isa kahit na tayo ay nakatira dito sa ating bansa at yung ibang tao sa ibang bansa sa pamamagitan ng teknolohiya. Yan. Napaka-importante na meron tayong mga tinatawag na pamamaraan para tayo ay makipag-communicate, makipag-connect or magkaroon tayo ng connection sa ibang lahi, sa ibang tao na nakatira sa ibang bansa. And isa din sa mga matatawag nating nagsiserve as connection sa atin ay yung mga global associations, samahan na gino-join ng bansa natin, katulad ng ASEAN, ayan, katulad ng United Nations, ayan. So nagsiserve siya as pamamaraan or ano ba itong tawag natin dito, Tutor A, link sa atin para tayo ay makipag-communicate kahit na tayo belong sa iba't ibang bansa. Ayan. So with that, let's continue our topic with the types of community. But before that, let's ano ba yung mga napag-usapan natin? Napag-usapan natin, Tutor A, yung classification of community, and we also talk about the range of community. Tama ba ako, Tutor A?
That's true, Tutor Amor. That is why now, nandito na tayo sa types of community sectors. But then before we proceed with that, gusto ko lang i-shout out itong si Kyla. Good afternoon po, watching from SDO Camarines Sur. Wow naman.
Ooh,
talaga naman sa Camarines Sur. Talaga namang narating natin at naituloy natin ang edukasyon. At sa lahat ng mga estudyante ni Ma'am Rona na andito ngayon sa Bartolome Sangalang National High School na 12 Yumes, maligaya at makabuluhang panunood mga anak sa inyong lahat. And I know proud na proud kayo kay Tutor Roma. And with that, let's begin with the first type, and this is what we call the public sector. So when we say public sector, it denotes the government and its agencies. So we refer to the government, to the administration, at ang mga ahensya na nakadugtong or nakatulay at konekta dito. So when we say public sector, marami tayong tinatawag na pagkakaiba napakaiba-iba ng public sector. Andaan ang kabilang dito ang Department of Education na ipinaglilingkod sa inyo ang kalidad na edukasyon, na ipinagseserbisyo sa inyo ang pagkatuto, ang pagkaalam sa mga bagay na dapat ninyong malaman bilang mga mag-aaral. At kami ni Tutor Amor ay nagkakaloob sa inyo ng tinatawag nating paglilingkod na pampubliko, na kung saan ito ay deserve nyo, ito ay karapat-dapat na ipagkaloob sa inyo ng gobyerno, dahil responsibilidad ng gobyerno na matugunan ang inyong pangangailangan pagdating sa edukasyon. At hindi lamang sa edukasyon, andun din ang kalusugan, pagdating lalo tigit sa lahat sa mga mas makabuluhang pang mga bagay. Andyan ang pagkain, andyan ang tubig, andyan ang seguridad, at marami pang iba. As the public sector is also responsible for promoting the common goods. Ayan, so andyan yung mga pangangailangan natin, no, na kailangan natutugunan at naipagkakaloob sa atin ng ating gobyerno, ng administrasyon. And at the same time, it provides security from external threats. Nako, yan ang ating panalangin, na sa lahat ng pagkakataon ay maging ligtas at mapayapa dito sa ating bansa, dahil katulad ng napapanahon ngayon, alam natin ang mga balitang nagyayari sa buong mundo. Andyan ang gera, tama ba ako, sa pagitan ng bansang Ukraine at Russia. Ang panalangin din naman natin ay magkaroon na ng katapusan, at nang sa gayon ay mabuhay ng mapayapa, mabuhay ng walang takot at pangamba ang mga tao na naninirahan sa dalawang bansang ito. And of course, at the end of the day, it maintains peace and order. So when we say public sector, it is our government and its agencies. And of course, as Filipino, deserve natin ang lahat ng mga bagay na dapat nating tangkilikin at dapat ipagkaloob sa atin ng gobyerno. At katulad na yung static duties, ito ay ang kalidad na edukasyong handog para sa inyo lamang.
Ayan. So, after that, the public sector, we proceed now into the private sector. So, private sector, napakadali lang nitong intindihin. Ang private sector, ito yung mga, kung kanina sa public sector, ito ay tumutukoy sa ating gobyerno, dito naman sa private sector, ito ay tumutukoy sa mga business enterprises, na kung saan ang mga enterprise na ito, business enterprises na ito, ay responsable sa pagpuproduce ng mga goods and services na kinakailangan nating mamamayan, na kinakailangan natin sa ating lipunan. And aside from that, since nagproproduce sila ng goods and services, automatic na meron silang nagiging income. They serve as income generating. And because of that, they also promote the economic growth of our country or of our society. So, that is what we call the private sector. Sila yung katulong ng ating gobyerno para ma-promote ang economic growth or yung paglago ng ating bansa. Bukod sa mga laws of the land na pinapatupad nila, ang mga private sector ay tumutulong sa government para maihaahon ang kalidad ng pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino. And because of that, they also, dahil katulong sila ng gobyerno, isa sa pinaka-importanting binibigay nila ay yung i-provide or mag-provide ng mga bagay na ating kinakailangan or kailangan natin para tayo ay mag-survive. Kasi nga, sila yung mga tinatawag nating business enterprises or mga business na kung saan ay nakatuon doon sa ating mga pangangailangan. And the third one is Tutor A.
The next one is voluntary sector. So it is known as non-profit organization. It means that they are formed, no, they the voluntary sector is being created not just to earn profit but to aim, I mean not to gain profit, but then to fulfill the purpose of their organization, to to implement the vision of the organization. So ito ay natayo hindi para kumita, hindi para for a business purpose, but then they have a certain vision, they have a certain purpose that they want to see in their community. And we also call it a civil society organization.
Yes.
And at the same time, faith-based organization. So ibig sabihin, sila ay nagpapatuloy, sila ay nagmi-mission, sila ay patuloy na naglilingkod sa bayan sa pamamagitan ng mga sarili nilang kakayahan, no? Kaya nga tinawag natin na voluntary sector. Hindi sila kumikita, hindi sila tumatanggap ng ano pa mga bagay para kumita ang sektor na ito, kundi ito ay tinatawag natin na non-profit organization. At ilan sa mga kilalang voluntary sector dito sa Pilipinas ay yung tinatawag natin na World Vision. Narinig niyo na ba yun? Ayan, di ba?
Yes.
And ay isang voluntary sector, andyan din ang Gentle Hands, okay? Andyan din ang Haribon Foundation, andyan din ang Philippine Animal Welfare Society. So these voluntary sectors possess a certain vision, a certain mission that they want to serve for their community, and we salute them dahil ang napakagaganda ng kanilang mga layunin at napakagaganda ng kanilang purpose na nais nilang ipaglingkod sa bawat komunidad.
Tama. Okay. And the last but not the least is of course the benefit sector. The fourth existing type of community sector, sabi nila, ito yung naidagdag. So it is also known as for benefit corporations. It is a hybrid merger of the characteristic found in the private and public sectors. And according to the fourth sector network in the year of 2008, it integrates social and environmental aims with business approaches. So, karaniwan, ang mga tinatawag nating benefit sector, sila yung mga sector or parte ng lipunan na kung saan sila yung nabibigyan ng mga benepisyo na, like for example, napakagandang example nito ay yung 4Ps. Ayan. 4Ps na pinapatupad ng ating gobyerno, ng ating public sector, in which ang aim nila ay mabigyan ng pagkakakitaan or mabigyan ng kita, ng earnings ang public. Because sila nga yung tinatawag nating dapat nabigyan ng benefits. Ang combination nito ng tinatawag nating public sector na ang makikinabang ay mga tao sa lipunan or pribadong tao sa lipunan. And those are the four types of community sector in our country, or these are the four types of community sectors. Yan, medyo nabubulol-bulol ako kasi malapit na tayo sa time. Tutor A, nininervyos ako.
Oh,
Ano
yes
ba yung
naman,
next, Tutor A?
Correct. Now, let's proceed to this term, social space. So when we say social space, eupstatic duties, it is the various forms of spaces used by community in conducting social interaction. As we talk about typologies in community, we have this term, social space, that refers to the place that could either be geographically or virtually, wherein the community gather together to interact, where the community conducts social interaction, social connection with one another. And based on what you can see on your screen, it is either geographical or virtual community where people gather to build a network with one another. So when we say geographically based community, these are public parks, clubs, gymnasiums, pubs, town square, or any public areas where people meet and interact with one another. So from the term itself, geographically based community, so we refer to the spaces where physically people could join together, could gather together, and could do social interaction with one another. On the other hand, ito naman yung inyong nagiging tagpuan at dito sa mga eupstatic tutors nyo, we call this as online tagpuan or the virtual community, wherein social space refers to electronic hubs or forums where people use the internet and other social media outlets or platforms as a channel of communication, interaction, and exchange of ideas. Due to the dynamics happening in the world, or this what we call changes, mas marami sa atin ang talagang mas nakita na posibleng ang virtual community ay talaga namang makagawa ng impact sa kanyang society, lalo tigit sa lahat sa panahon ngayon na apektado tayo ng pandemic, na pinaniniwalaan natin darating din yung time na magiging endemic na ang COVID-19 dito sa ating bansa. Ay nakita natin itong virtual community and the impact of this people sa kanilang komunidad. At naniniwala din tayo na bagamat tayo ay nalimitahan ng pagkikita-kita, nakatulong itong virtual platforms para maitawid ang ating edukasyon. At katulad ng ginagawa natin dito sa Itulay, we could consider this as a virtual community wherein Tutor A and Tutor Amor teach you the concepts and theories in community engagement, at kayo naman ay very active sa pagpa-participate. So that is what we call the social space. And with that, Tutor Amor, we are done with the typologies of community, and it's about time for us to assess our duties kung meron nga ba silang naintindihan at naunawaan sa hapon ito.
Okay. So, tama, Tutor A. At dahil napakasimple at napakadali naman talaga na intindihin ng ating subject, mani para sa kanila ang mga gagawin nating assessment. Tama ba ako, Tutor A? So for the direction, carefully read the following statements on classification of communities. You comment U if it is referring to urban, R to rural, and S to suburban. So let's proceed in item number 1. So it usually a large population, so it can be noisy. So ano kaya yung tinutukoy natin dito, Tutor A? Ayan, nagpa-pop up na agad yung answer. Hindi pa natin nakikita kung sino sumasagot.
So it is urban.
Ayan. So, meron ba tayong mga comments dyan, Tutor A? Hindi ko kasi makita at nag-lobat na, nag-brown out pala.
Ayan, sumasagot na sila, Tutor Amor. Hindi ko alam kung naintindihan ba nila or dahil nakita na nila yung sagot. Pero congratulations, Maria Angela, Tutor Motor, Maricor Medida, and Rodaline. Your answer is correct. It is
ayan. So, parang yung ating yes. Item number 2.
It is always a great place to fish or hike with open spaces and fields. What do you think is the correct answer? It is urban, rural, or suburban? May I see your answer?
So ito I think is...
Ayan, Tutor Amor, si Rodaline, ang sagot niya ay R.
R. So tama kaya si Rodaline? Yes, you are correct, yes. Rodaline. Pakasigasig naman pala ni Rodaline. Buti na lang nakinig siya ng maayos sa ating discussion. If I'm not mistaken, ito ay diniscuss ni Tutor A. Ayan. So the third item, it is really good for people that like some noise, but not a constant noise. Apartments are popular places to live. Ito kaya ay urban, ito kaya ay rural, or ito kaya ay suburban. Okay? Sagot ni Giselle. Tama kaya siya sa sagot niyang S, Tutor A? Let's review the answer. So the answer is S. You are correct, Miss Giselle Mamaklay. Congratulations.
Correct. Congratulations. Okay, so next.
Okay, for the direction of the next.
Yes. Carefully read and listen to the following statements about the types of community sectors and comment PB if it refers to public and PV if it refers to private. Let's have item number 1, Tutor Amor.
Okay.
Responsible for producing, for producing goods and services to meet people's needs and wants, promoting economic growth, and generating order. What is the
parang
correct
gusto
answer?
ko ding sumagot, Tutor A. And ang answer kaya ay tama? Ito kaya ay PB or PV?
Let's reveal the answer, Tutor Amor. Tutor. The correct answer is
That's
PV.
PV. Ayan. Congratulations sa mga nakakuha ng tamang sagot. And item number 5 is, this sector is responsible for providing security from external threats and maintaining peace and order in the community. Ito kaya ay PB or PV? Private sector or public sector? So, let's see if their answers are correct. Okay. Thank you, Tutor Jamsay. At yan nga ang ating assessment for today's episode. Salamat at kayo ay nakinig. Sinamahan nyo kami na maitulay ang isa na namang episode ng ating subject na community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship. Congratulations to all of you, Tuties! Yan. So if you do have
So with that,
yes, Tutor A. Talagang excited na tayong dalawang magsabay. Mamaya pa tayo magsasabay, Tutor A.
Yes, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood, sa lahat ng mga guro at mga estudyante na nakasama namin ngayon. If you have comments, suggestions, you may email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. And of course, samahan nyo kaming mga yung Stastic tutors ninyo tuwing araw ng Webes mula alas 4 hanggang alas 5 ng gabi dito sa ating DepEd Itulay online tutorial program. Once again, ako ang inyong Tutor A from SDO Nueva Ecija na nagpapaalala, ang kabataang makabayan ay dangal ng kanyang sambahayan.
At ito naman ang inyong Tutor Amor from SDO Nueva Ecija na nagsasabing walang mahirap sa bata na may pangarap at nagsisikap.
Up next, Tuties, ay ang Disciplining Ideas in Applied Social Sciences at makakasama niyo dyan si Tutor G and si Tutor Reo. Magkita-kita tayo sa susunod na linggo dito lamang sa DepEd Itulay online tutorial program. Maraming salamat at paalam!